Hey, loves. This is just going to be a reading, I would say clairvoyant reading, intuitive message reading. Okay, I won't pull any cards. If I feel led to, then I will. But just want to chop it up with y'all. Okay, let's chop. um, as of late, I've seen so many different forms of communication, so many different forms of like connections from different people, different types of groups, families, friends, and co-workers, enemies, rivals. So I just find it very interesting how we can, get creative on trying to get our message across to the next individual. For example, when it comes to family, I've been watching the Braxton Family Values. Naturally plays on my TV all day, literally on rotation. And it's kind of crazy to see that there are so many different opinions at times. And for the most part, people just want to be understood, not heard. It's not about being heard. I realized that they would have all these sit downs and they would have these vacations and they would have these conversations about, their feelings and everything. And everybody gets an opportunity to hear how each other feels, but no one ever truly makes the sacrifice to understand the next individual. And I feel like that's golden when you get to a space of being able to actually understand. But I realized in order for them to be willing to understand someone else's point of view, it took the message to be delivered in a particular way. So I don't know why. It's just been standing out to me a lot. Like, you gotta be mindful of your delivery if you want people to understand you. People can hear you all day long, but if you want people to genuinely, like, truly understand you, you have to be very strategic about your delivery. And I've noticed that that's what a lot has, that's what a lot of people have been doing in the shows that I've watched, and even in the disagreements that I've seen online. The rivalries and people talking about other people's family and things like I can't get your attention by talking about you, so I'm gonna hit below the belt and talk about someone that you love. It's like very strategic, and I've noticed that that's how people get you to engage and hear them. And so with that being said, I don't know if it's something that needs to be realized or not, but maybe you all are going through or just have in general gone through situations where you felt like people sat there and listened to you but didn't quite understand you. Maybe try being strategic in your approach, in your delivery. So many valuable and valid points you can make all day long, but if your approach is not right or not, if it doesn't resonate with the person that's receiving the message, it's just going to fall on deaf ears. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of arguments are had and a lot of disagreements are had, because people really just don't understand how to approach others and how to communicate with others. The one up is experience. What experience do you have with this person? Okay, what do you know for sure will get through to this person? Like, what approach will get through this person? It's not to say that you have to water down who you are. It's just about playing chess. It's about playing chess. Like, that's just how I'm perceiving things as of late. And I feel to the need to even, like, express this message. Maybe everybody don't feel comfortable with tarot cards, but you still have a very valuable message to give. How can you connect with those people for them to understand what your goal is, what your point of view is? I realize that everybody is just different and receive messages differently, but we all learn differently. It's like, just like you may or may not know if you have children, or even if you don't, when you are raising your child, you can be the same mom, but if you have different children, they're all possibly going to learn different. And there's nothing wrong with either of them for their, approach or their learning capabilities. So when I put it in that perspective and understanding that I'm the same way, I learn different from most. It's like my mother, she likes to read everything from top to bottom. She'll read 100-page book and then feel confident in what she's read about and willing and ready to take on a task. Me, I like to see it done. Show me how you do it, and then I'm going to put my own twist on it based on what I feel is easiest for me, but still accomplish the same outcome. Some people learn by seeing, some people are hands-on, some people learn by, hearing, but it just depends on the individual, and nobody is wrong for their way of learning. So when you put it into that perspective, the same could go for communication, getting your point across, getting someone to understand where you're coming from. You have to take into consideration their style of learning. Now, for me, like I said, I learned through example. So if you want me to understand where you're coming from, you're going to have to set the example, set the tone. Don't do or require something of me that you are not willing to do. Okay, so that speaks volumes to me. I'm going to learn based on how you show up. And so the same could go for someone who is used to, hearing. They learn by sound. It's like you got to be very mindful of what you are saying and how you are saying it. Now, if this person comes at you in a way that is like calm and collective, maybe you yelling and being aggressive is going to be a turnoff for them, and they can't even hear what you're saying because now they're intimidated or now they're afraid, So anywho, I realized that in order for you to get your message across, in order for you to have a healthy communication dynamic with others, you first have to understand their learning, how they learn, how they receive. Once you figure that out, you now have the advantage in getting your point across. And so I feel that that is something that hit me, and I just wanted to share that with you. So take some time, be strategic, and learn who you're dealing with so that you can better communicate with them. And you may just see some type of miracle happen when it comes to that. I love you guys. I hope this helps. That is your intuitive message for the day. And I'll see you in the next one.